Hey guys, I'm Alistair from Trail and Kale, the gear review website and YouTube channel. So today I'm taking a look at the Aventure from Aventon. This e-bike is quite something. It's built to go over pretty much anything because it's got these really thick 4-inch fat tyres on the front. Also it's got suspension on the front, so it gives you a nice comfortable ride. It is an absolute beast. This one here has 8 gears. It's also available in a step-through version, so that means you've got a much lower frame, so for anyone with mobility issues, then that would be the version to get for you. This e-bike also has plenty of levels assist, 5 levels in total. What that means is, as you're stepping through your gears, you can also step through motor assist, so it makes your ride much easier, and you'll find you can get up much steeper hills than you would normally be able to. And for that matter, you'll be able to go much faster too. And that takes me to the top speed of this bike, which is 28 miles per hour. And it's got a range on average of about 45 miles, so that's really good. And one thing I really like about the bike is that it does have a throttle, which you can see here on the front of the left handlebar. So you push that down and you'll just be away. And you can quite easily hit top speed with that. So what's the Aventon Aventure like to ride? Well, it's tons of fun. Like I said earlier, you can go over anything, so you don't really have to pick the bike for the terrain with this bike, because you can literally ride it on gravel, dirt trails, light trails, roads, concrete, cycle paths. Anything you want to, this bike would fit you really nicely. So it's a pleasure to ride. It's very comfortable. It's got a very wide saddle. As I said earlier as well, it does have suspension, so it takes out that hard ride that you might get without it. And the fat tyres are brilliant. So with fat tyres, you don't want to pump them up all the way. You want a little bit of give in there, so it gives you extra kind of give on the trails, you know, so a little bit of bounce and a little bit of absorption of the trails. So one of the things that I also like about this bike is it's probably the one that most people comment on. They either say, oh, cool e-bike, or they just want to know what it is, because it is unusual. It's one of those slightly bigger utility e-bikes. But it just draws attention to people. They want to know what it is. I kind of like that. So before I go into any of the features, I have also written and created a video review of the Aventon Solterra 7 e-bike. Go check that one out. After this review, it's a very different bike, so I think that's definitely worth watching as well if you're looking for an e-bike. Alright, let's get into some of the key features that I really like about this bike. As I mentioned earlier, it's got the throttle here, so you don't have to pedal at all. And you can literally just zoom off with this throttle when you need a little rest. On this little control panel here, you can see the power button. That's how you turn the screen on over here. On here, you can also use the headlights. That will turn the headlight on. And also the rear light down here. So you can see that's on now. This bike also has brake-like functionality, so when I push either of the brakes, that light goes on and off. So that's a great safety feature. I like that they've added that on this bike. It's all complete with the bike, so it's not like you have to buy lights separate as an accessory, so that's great value there. Also on this dial you've got the plus and minus, which controls the level of assist. So you can have no assist from the motor, or you can have 5. So there are 5 levels, obviously 5 being the fastest, and that will just take you flying when you pedal, which is great fun. Over here on the right handlebar, you can see this is where you do your gears. So you've got 8 gears on this one, and that's great if you're not using the assist, because you're going to need them for going up hills on a heavier bike like this, and it's very effective. It's great. Going back to the dial here, the eye in the middle, that is for switching through the settings on the screen. So that's how you get your max speed, calories burnt, trip time, total distance. All of that can be found on here. Also show your top speed on there too. So there's obviously a kickstand at the back here too. That's pretty essential for a heavy bike like this. You want something sturdy that can hold this bike up and keep it off the ground when you're not using it. So this is where the battery is on the AVENTON AVENTURE electric bike. To actually use the bike, you do have to push this button. So if you've just got one and you're wondering how to actually turn the screen on and the bike on, you have to push this button first. And you might not be able to see, but it actually goes blue. That's how you know the battery is activated. This is where you would charge that battery in there. So you can actually remove the battery and charge it too, which I will demonstrate now. Unlock, and then it pops out. This is the battery. So this battery is actually pretty heavy. It's pretty huge. It's got to power a heavy bike, and that's how you get those 45 miles, and that power out of the bike is coming from this. So that's probably most of the weight of the bike as well. It very easily clips back in there. You just push it and it's locked, and yeah, that's the battery. Looking at the saddle, it has a quick release clasp here. Very easy to use, so you can drop the saddle, raise it as necessary should you have another rider who needs to use the bike. It does have fenders, and for fat tyres like this, which you're probably going to be using on a lot of dirt, you're going to need these to keep yourself nice and clean if you're commuting, or generally if you like to be a clean person, then it's nice to have fenders. But one thing I will say about these fenders is there is a little bit of rattle in there. I'm not sure if that is my bike, if something isn't attached properly, and to be honest, it's something I could very easily fix because it seems to be in here. But that's something I could just put some rubber or tape in there just to stop the vibration. Or of course I could just take the fender off if I didn't want it. But like I said, I like to stay clean whilst I'm riding as much as possible. So that's the only thing I would say. Maybe the downside of this bike is there a little bit of rattle in there. And also a touch bit of rattle in the kickstand as well whilst I'm riding. Okay, you're probably not going to get a bump like that on your ride, but you can see it could use a better mechanism to actually lock that in place when it's up. So aside from the fender thing I mentioned earlier in the kickstand, this is generally a very high quality bike. You can tell by how everything's been crafted and put together. The quality of all the mechanics on here is just great. The bike does cost $2,000, so you'd kind of expect that. But I think for a bike that's this powerful and this versatile, like I said, it can go on pretty much anything. And with a range of 45 miles and a top speed of 28 miles per hour, I think you're kind of getting good value for money with that. Seems very durable as well because you've got these huge tyres. So yes, I'm going to give this one a thumbs up. It's definitely worth those $2,000. There is a discount on there at the moment at AVENTON.com, so definitely go check that out. You can get a discount on this bike at the moment. Okay, so I'm now going to do a demonstration of what the bike's like to ride, kind of top speed, acceleration, maybe just use it with throttle as well, and hopefully that will give you an idea of the noise levels of the bike. So let's get to it. First off then, I'm going to use just the throttle. Here we go. So, as you can see, that is pretty quick. That's literally just the throttle. I didn't pedal at all. So you can imagine being able to do that on some trails is incredibly fun, especially going uphill as well. Depending on the steepness of a hill, you might also need to pedal. But having the assist is just so, it's kind of life-changing, because it means you can get to all the fun sections of your trails very quickly and effortlessly as well, and then you can just enjoy the downs. So now I'm going to show you some pedal assist riding with this bike. I'm just going to go up some big ramps here and then drop back down just to show you that the bike can go over anything. Let's go. Suspension. Okay, so as you can see from my face, it's a heck of a lot of fun to ride, which is part of what you're paying for, I think, with an electric bike like this. Most of the noise you would have heard from that is from this fender that I was telling you about. I'm sure there's a very easy fix. Maybe some of you guys can help me out. Drop a comment down below if you do know what's going on there. I feel like it's an easy fix. I could just put my engineer's hat on and solve that pretty quickly. Well, I hope this AVENTON AVENTURE e-bike review gave you an idea of if this bike is for you. I think it's going to suit a lot of people who just want to ride on anything and just have a bit of fun out there on the trails, not be limited by the bike on where you ride. This review is very much complimentary to my in-depth review on trailandkale.com, where I've added lots more photos and more insights into my time riding this bike and testing it. So definitely go check that out after watching this. You'll probably get some more insights into the bike and whether it's for you. And there's lots of other e-bike reviews on there for you to check out, and also on this channel. So just go have a little browse. Well, thanks for watching this AVENTON AVENTURE e-bike review. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Maybe share it with a friend. It really helps our channel grow when you guys do that, so we appreciate it all the time. And consider subscribing for more videos just like this. We'll see you next time.